Hi, I'm Willem. I'm an install leader at Mesh. Thanks, Simon, for that amazing presentation. I'm sure we have a lot more to learn from you. It was really great. I just have a few quick announcements to make. First of all, on behalf of the install leader team. The first is I just want to say how happy I am that we're really increasing the number of install leaders who are coming up. Recently, when I joined Mesh, there were, I think, very few people who were install leaders, and now we're getting up to 5, 6, 7 install leaders, which is great, especially at this cold time of year when not everyone wants to be outside all the time. On top of that, when I joined Mesh, at least as it was visible to me, all the install leaders were men. And we're starting to see the first women become install leaders as well, which I think is really great and means a lot to the diversity of our group. Want to see that continue, of course. One thing that we've been doing recently is starting to have kind of configuration parties, which is a great opportunity for existing install leaders and new installers to come together and kind of share knowledge and also learn how to do one of the most kind of thorny parts of the process, which is configuring the routers. So I hope we can continue doing that. One of the challenges we faced lately is once we've configured, if we don't have a line of sight to an actual hub, it's been difficult to actually verify that they're working, which has resulted in some long, cold installs lately. So if anyone out there in the audience tonight or who's listening on the live stream has a connection to a Ubiquity hub and would be interested in hosting one of these parties, they won't be too wild and crazy, so don't worry. From a living room, from the inside. Thank you for that important clarification, Olivier. I think we should keep that up, and it will really help with the process of onboarding new install leaders. Finally, I just want to say to everyone who's going out there and installing, it's the darkest time of year, it's the coldest time of year. We haven't had a lot of snow yet, but stay safe. Make sure you wear your long underwear, warm up when you're on installs, go inside. We've had some pretty cold, rainy, awful experiences so far. It's been fun and bracing, but want to make sure that no one gets frostbite or slips and falls. The other update I want to make is about, I don't want to call it the culmination because it definitely isn't, but the kind of first stopping point in a kind of initiative to slightly improve the onboarding process for new members of the Mesh. I kind of wanted to initiate this because when I joined Mesh, it wasn't clear to me whether I could even join if I didn't have a line of sight to a nearby hub. I found out obviously you can, and I think many people who do volunteer aren't actually connected yet. So the kind of goal was to clarify what it means to become a member of the Mesh, the different ways you can get connected, and also to just kind of make the information a bit more consistent and accessible across the website. Normally, and I think I agree with the leaders of Mesh or the longstanding members, that making small edits one by one is a really great way of updating our docs and our website. There was a lot of coordination that was required to change headers, footers, align language, update the automatic reply system for people who are signing up to the Mesh. So we wanted to make this process as kind of inclusive as possible, because there is a lot that needed to be coordinated. So I wanted to thank everyone who was involved in that process. It wasn't perfect. We didn't get everyone's voice when we needed to, and I'm sure we'll continue to make updates. I just want to mention a few things that we've changed that I think definitely make things better. One is we heard a lot of complaints and debate about the hurdle of installing or of taking panorama photos to go to the next step of getting your ticket for an install. So Shay and I worked together to make a page on the docs explaining how to take a panorama photo. It's really not that complicated, but we're hoping it'll just lower that barrier a little bit for people who are reluctant to do it or not sure what it means or a bit technophobic. Another thing we changed is on the join page, we renamed it to Get Connected. The reason we did this is because the consensus was it made it seem a little bit like to become a member, to help out, to volunteer, you need to sign up for a node, you need a line of sight. So that was a kind of small tweak we made that we hope will clarify that. We also reinstated a link to the volunteer page. There was no link anymore to it on the website. And we obviously want more people to volunteer, and I invite anyone here who's thinking about it to do it. Finally, we clarified the 3 ways that you can get connected on that page. Previously, the kind of stream was that you get streamed into the process of having a volunteer-led install. And so we've kind of made it a bit clearer that you can do that, or you can do a DIY, or you can organize a larger install for your street or your building. There's still a lot that isn't perfect about it. There's some things that we may have changed that may have made things worse. So I'm hoping we'll be able to continue working together collaboratively on this to increase the accessibility of our onboarding process for new members. That's it.